Hello guys, it's Boothie here. This is my first proper commentary video on Dungeon. I'm just going to be describing my thought process as we go through the floor. I'm not going to be doing the basic stuff like base startup or anything. I'm going to be talking about organisation and pathing and that sort of stuff. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm just oveling, about to go in the floor. This is a 4 Sui 1 leech floor, by the way. Just one that I filmed quite recently. So yeah, this is the basic startup, just looting an item. If I'm the keyer, I'll be looting the item that's closest to the table. Make sure I buy enough runes, check my map. Yeah, checking your map at the base is very important. You need to know which way to carry the GT, or if you're not keying, need to know which way to bring your PGT. As you can see on the map, north is looking like a bigger path, so I'm going to go ahead and carry it north. And I have a few of my teammates going west. Right now is where I need to start calling for another person, but luckily Gabe came north and he's helping me out, and I'm going to gate the intersection just there, and I'm going to carry on carrying it north and get vine zoom. So I got lucky there, or not lucky, but I managed to click quick enough to get the first vine, and that meant I can go on the first cycle, so I can get this puzzle room done quickly. Yeah, I should be taking off my prayers there. It's pretty important that when you're doing puzzle rooms, you're still checking the map. I think I carry on checking soon when I'm cutting the vine or something like that. Yeah, just there. Need to check how paths are developing so I can see Matt G's west and Gabe is east. Arib's run south and east there just while I'm doing vines. He can see that there's two-way and it might spree out, so yeah, that's the reason Arib's gone south. And as soon as I need someone, if the GT path is going to split, I'm going to end up calling Arib probably. So there's two people southeast, and it's not that big of a path. So here I get a three-way, and I call Arib straight away, so I can carry GT east. But as soon as I check my map, turns out that everyone's danked out, so everyone's free gate. So I'm just going to take the GT east, which again looks like the biggest path. And then I get a two-way. Instead of gating the intersection there, I just call Arab to go south for me, so that I don't have to backtrack later on. And yeah, that's mainly like different styles. Some people would do it themselves, some people will call another teammate. And yeah, after Arab goes south, he Ds quick, and yeah, he manages to do the south path here instead. And I'm going to carry GGS north. So yeah, come up north, see what's here. Couple of key doors, and I need two PGTs west, so I'm going to gate this orange corner myself for now. But Matt G tellies, I didn't really want him to telly, but he did, and it meant that Gabe was the only one with a PGT west. It's fine for now because he doesn't split up, but eventually he does split up. You'll see later on in the floor, and we have to try and deal with that. So when I get GT a bit further north, there's another key door, and my gate's becoming quite split, so I ask Matt G to gate Ycres for me. And yeah, Matt G's gated that. We'll carry on doing the GD. Make sure that I'm constantly checking maps so that I can see how Gabe's path's developing and how Arab's path is developing. So if they end up on any troubles, I'm going to be able to help them. Going to give them the GT if they need it. And as you probably guess, Gabe is the one that needs the GT the most, and I'm going to sell it to him in a second. I think I check my map again, see that he's three-wayed and he's going to start spraying, so I'll get him to move GT, and Matt G will cover the north path if there is one. So yeah, as you can see, Gabe's ended up spraying north, so I get him to move GT as soon as possible. And this ends up being DE. Didn't really expect it to be a DE, but I did think it was going to be a short path. But since it DE'd, it's pretty helpful because Matt G was able to confine his gate just to one door. And then I find Matt G's key pretty much straight away, Ycres. So I leave Gabe with his PGT down south, and it turns out I can't really see the chat properly when I'm looking in Sony Vegas, but I remember he did get a Ramo west, so Gabe ends up soloing the Ramo, and there's nothing that we can do about it. We need the GT north. And I call Silver Shield north, and that's a door that Gabe has to cover. And this hook room, you can see that I've got my blue Krez key, but I'm going to do the hook so that when everyone GTs, they won't have to make the hook themselves and waste DPS on the GD. Just get the hook made ready for them to cross. So usually you should be making 2 hooks, but in this case I just made one because I wanted to do my blue crows as soon as possible, and luckily I didn't fail the hook. So I'm able to leave my PGT at orange corner door so that I can denk out this blue crest path if possible. I think it turns out to be a pretty nice path here, just nice simple enters or a 1 monster GD. And there I get silver shield key, which is 1 south of GT, and currently it's not Gabe that's covering the silver shield door, it's the GGS because Gabe's doing the mono. And Arab's at GGS at the moment, trying to figure out what to do. I think he ends up doing the silver shield path himself because he thought it was going to denk out, but didn't exactly work out, as you'll see later on. And Matt G spraying up. His white crow's path went all the way north, which was pretty surprising. I'm able to come back to the GT. Arab brought the GGS over the rope, so I was able to just telly in and do DPS, do damage straight away, which was pretty helpful. And this is where he goes to do silver shield path. It ends up being a bit unfortunate. I think Arab actually carried GGS east. Yeah, we did think that silver shield was going to be a bit bigger, so Arab carried it east and I was going to DE north. But we end up with something pretty unfortunate. It turns to blue corner door, I think, and GGS is just left at blue corner waiting for the next free gate to telly in and gate it. I'm able to denk out this path, and we'll see what happens after it DEs. I think here, yeah, this is where I telly, and I've checked my map, and Matt G's path was still undone, so I telly, and I'm asking Matt to take, and just as I check my map at the last minute, his path is finished, so he's able to gate blue corner door. And I told Matt to take, and that's my mistake. I should have got Gabe to take, because I wasn't checking my map regularly enough and I didn't see that Matt G's path denked out. It's pretty crucial that you open your map a lot. It's going to help you a lot in floors. Yeah, this is where the floor kind of went weird, because GGS ends up at a DE lodestone room, or whatever this room is, jump crystals. And then Gabe forgot to open orange diamond in time, so I'm spamming him to go open it. And I think Gabe was a little unaware here that blue corner was gated, so he finds boss on the south path. Arab shouted blue corner key, and I thought, oh, we found blue corner key soon, so I told Matt G to move to blue corner, but turns out that we didn't have the Biko key. And GGS was just left in a random place for a while, I think. But we get it sorted out in the end. See, this is where Gabe was doing the south path, and he didn't think that blue corner was gated, so he moves GT to the intersection rather than to boss directly. That just means that he wasn't paying attention to the chat enough, which is also something pretty important. We managed to start boss here, and I can't really see in the chat, but I'm telling Arab to do blue rec, and I think he goes to do it and he finds a GD there, and because this was a free leech, he wanted to just skip, but I said, well, 13% the floor anyway. And yeah, this is just regular stuff, basic stuff, killing bosses, even though I'm doing it wrong with range prey. There's a couple of ways you can do this boss. One is to stand next to it, pray melee and hex with all the right prayers on, or you can do it the try hard way, which I do sometimes. Pray soul split, stand away from the boss, and like run around, then click on the boss again, then run around, then click on the boss, and you dodge his range attacks quite a lot of the time doing that. But yeah, it's pretty APM intensive, requires a lot of clicking, and can get pretty tedious. So here, that's where Arab Telly's back, and he's like skipping GD, and I'll make sure that we get this floor 13%. So I tell him to take, because boss is getting close to dead, and we're 2 PGTs at boss at the moment, which is me and Gabe. There's something that you've always got to try and stay aware of, where your team's PGTs are. How many people are assigned on like the right sized paths. You need to be paying attention to that a lot of the time. Now I've got spec'd by the boss, which was kind of stupid of me. Yeah, I think Arib's path led to the Biko key, so we have to wait a little while for that GD to be done, and then they're going to move GGS to Biko straight away. And if Biko path is all enters and GT's still on there, we still have Gabe to PGT back to boss and help me if he wants to. We'll see what happens. Yep, they've just D'd that GD, and they're going to move it to... They move it to Biko, and then they tell me to move to boss. I think it's because they thought that path was going to dank out pretty quick. Really, GGS should have stayed on that path, and Gabe should have PGT'd and helped me on boss. Because the boss was almost dead, and that path was not going to be done before boss died. So yeah, that was another little mistake there. So I've got someone there helping me at boss, and then we're spamming the map at the end, waiting for the path to be done. I don't think there was any GDs, or a one monster GD that Arab didn't want to move GT to because it was almost dead. So we end up just waiting at the end. Right here, spamming map, waiting for him. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope some of you have learned from it. If you think the video was useful, just comment, say I liked it, Boothie, or whatever, and I might make some more. Not sure if it's that interesting for you guys, but for those who've seen me DG before and like wanna learn or whatever, I'm willing to help. But yeah, see you later, guys.